Now, from the University of Okoboji, it's Okoboji Broadcast with Jeff Thee.
Welcome to Okoboji Broadcast, everybody. Welcome to a great weekend here in the Iowa Great Lakes. I'm Jeff Thee, and coming to you from our studios right here, historic Arnold's Park Amusement Park. I have Curt Strouth with me, of course, today. He's the CEO, president of the Iowa Great Lakes Corridor, and Trevor Smith is also with us, and he's the senior VP of Economic Development. Welcome, gentlemen.
Hey, it's good to be here, Jeff. Thanks for having us back.
Well, thank you for being in here with me, and you brought tidings of goodwill here with your annual report. And this is, like you said, hot off the presses here, and all good news coming from the corridor.
Absolutely. So last week, we actually hosted our 14th annual business recognition event, which was a great event. We always hold that at the Clay County Regional Event Center in Spencer, and had one of the largest turnouts in the history of the corridor in our 14 years of hosting it. Over 270 participants from our 4 counties, which was awesome. It's great to get our key constituents in the same room, and we're able to, as leadership and our great staff, including Joanne Fallon and Alyssa Peterson, able to kind of showcase all the great things that have happened in this last year. And our annual report does a great job of showcasing that. We had 2 outstanding speakers, and Scott Sipker, the Iowa Nice Guy. If you haven't heard him, I encourage people to go out and check him out.
He's awesome.
Hilarious. Yeah. He was hilarious. And then kind of a diamond in the rough speaker, if you haven't heard, Kyle Norris, who's the executive dean of Iowa Lakes Community College, gives an outstanding presentation on leadership. And so we were able to connect a little comedic portion with Scott and a little bit of leadership in it as well, as far as Kyle Norris's presentation, and it was very well received. So I don't know, it was a great event, and we were able to give out some small business awards as well, and we had a couple of pretty outstanding Dickinson County representatives too. And so with our business awards, we actually had over 30 applications this year across 4 platforms of awards. And
that's wonderful.
It's great because they're so well deserving of nominees. And the nominating committee, or the review committee, actually has a pretty difficult time in narrowing these down. And I just wanted to share the 2 that we had here. So the Young Professional of the Year was awarded, the Entrepreneur of the Year, Jeff, was awarded to Jeremy and Kelsey Morrison. And they actually have 2 businesses here in Dickinson County with Bonfire. And then obviously your next door neighbor.
Right next door. Whenever I want a cup of coffee,
you just go right over. You find one of their best customers. So we had Jeremy and Kelsey there on stage, be able to receive the award, and we were able to say a few words too, which was awesome. And then our Small Business Excellence Award was actually given to Lake's New Shopper, and John Adams and his staff were there. They also, the cool thing with the Lake New Shopper this year, they also celebrated their 50-year anniversary.
Yes.
So the timing was just perfect for them.
Of course, John's dad, John Sr., got that going, and they just did a tremendous job with their publication.
Yeah. So very well-deserved, 1 nominees, but 2 recipients of the award, and so we were able to honor them both on stage and then through a press release too, which was outstanding. So,
yeah, wonderful. And having 270, and the whole purpose of the corridor, bringing our businesses over your 4-county area together, and you're doing such a great job of it's that when that networking is possible.
It is.
Whether you're down in Storm Lake and talking to somebody from Esterville or wherever, you may have common issues that you're dealing with, ways to strengthen, and somebody may have answers that I never thought of that. So what a great opportunity for our 4 counties, the corridor, to get together.
And as we mentioned too, you're 100% right, Jeff. We cover 4 counties and a number of cities. So we had representatives from the city of Storm Lake, including mayor and council and leadership and Lake Park and Esterville and Spirit Lake, and the list goes on and on. But some of the times the things that people don't realize is our close connection with our utility providers too, that are key in economic development. And our state partners, we had representatives from Iowa Economic Development Authority in the room with us as well. Iowa Tourism, right next door with Kylie, we had representatives from Iowa Tourism with us too, because that is key with economic development. And we talk about Dickinson County, how key tourism is, and having our key stakeholders from the state here too, hearing the stories firsthand it's awesome.
We're stronger shoulder to shoulder, aren't we? Absolutely.
100%.
Well, Trevor, you've got some new initiatives that the corridor is going to be doing. Tell me a little bit about some of those.
Yeah, we have 2 new initiatives that came out of our strategic plan that we conducted last year, and we talked a little bit about that at our annual meeting. It's in our annual report. We opened up applications for both programs in January, and both are coming here in February, but the first one I want to talk about is the Big Idea Challenge, which is an entrepreneurial pitch competition where let's say you're a small business owner or an entrepreneur looking to expand your small business. You are an in-home looking to expand to a storefront, or you're a part-time entrepreneur looking to take it full-time, then this is a competition that you could be eligible for and apply for. And so you submit a 90-second video explaining your big idea. We have a little cheat sheet list for you for that video, so reach out to us and ask for that. And then so pitch your idea, and then that goes to a public vote. After that public vote, the top 3 vote getters and top 2 committee selections will then go to a final pitch-off competition where they'll compete for a prize money of $10,000. And so,
if you've ever seen Shark Tank,
similar, but they get a pitch in front of other entrepreneurs, and they'll be able to get feedback. And then along the way, between them submitting the video and that pitch competition, they'll be able to actually work with some business coaches that can help them with their pitch, their business plan, things like that.
Sure.
So it's a great opportunity for you to, hone your skills as an entrepreneur, get that idea a little more concrete, pitch in front of not only people who will give you feedback, but also other angel investors in the crowd. And so the top winner will get $5,000, then we'll give out $2,000, $1,000, $500 as the prize.
Good seed money to get the idea moving forward.
Yep, and then just also promote your business as well.
Yes.
And
Trevor comes in and just gives away money. I don't know if you know that or not. But
well,
I got to spend more time with Trevor, evidently.
Well, if you like money, then you're going to love our next program.
Okay, yes.
So our next program that we have at the Iowa Lakes Corridor that we're really excited to have going. Oh, and by the way, that submission deadline for the Big Idea, February 14th.
Okay.
So if you have any questions on eligibility or questions on the submission process, reach out to me, reach out to our office. We'll be more than happy to answer questions.
So after you've done filling out the Valentine's card, then fill out your submission and get it to the corridor.
Fill out your submission, get it to us, get that video in, and let's make that dream a reality.
Okay.
But our next endeavor that we have is called the Homegrown Talent Initiative. And so the Homegrown Talent Initiative is a workforce recruitment tool that we've developed here at the Iowa Lakes Corridor, as feedback that we've gotten through our business retention and expansion program, which we get in front of over 100 businesses in our Iowa Lakes Corridor region. Figure out the pinch points and, the barriers to growth for our existing industries and businesses.
Yes.
And, one of the issues, is always housing, childcare, workforce.
Yeah.
And so this is a program used to address the workforce. And, a lot of the feedback that we get is, the most success that our employers have is when they hire workforce who has a connection back to our region.
Right.
And so what this program does is we provide $6,000 paid over 4 years to individuals who are from the Iowa Lakes Corridor region. They graduate, they leave, they go to technical school, community college, whatever type of education. Then they secure a full-time job back here within the last year, and they can use those grant dollars for student loan debt repayment, mortgage loan reimbursement, or ongoing child care expenses, which are 3 of the biggest barriers for any young family, individual looking to come back to a community.
Well, you are a living example of a young man that graduated from Spirit Lake High School, went out into the world, and came back here. And what's best about programs like this, Trevor, is the fact that, number one, Iowa is an aging state. And bringing those young people in, getting their kids in our schools and jobs in our employers and so forth, strengthens our area. And it's just such an opportunity to strengthen, our communities through the youth and kids who have gone away and come back, start their families. Their roots are quite deep, and compared to maybe someone else who just comes here. We love them too,
right.
But these are the ones that are going to be staying for their lives and through their careers and so forth. So important to a small community.
Yeah, and a lot of these businesses that are trying to hire, whether it's engineers, teachers, mechanics, when they recruit those individuals from out of state or out of region, they tend to only stick around for 18 months to 3 years before they decide they want to move back to their home, when they start having kids or wherever life takes them. But our employers, in those positions, when they tell us they get an individual who either came up here visiting, has family, or is from here, then they get that employee for 10 plus years. And so the idea behind it is to build from within. And Curt, you want to talk a little bit maybe about the culture side of the program?
Yeah, you led me right in that, because I was just going to comment on that. 100% right. It is building the culture, right, of getting those kids that are graduating, going off school, and coming back. But then what we're planning on doing is taking these kids on the road with us. And so we do a fundraising golf tournament that we'll do again this summer. It'll be our second annual to raise funds. We'll have these kids coming in and telling their story about where they came from and how they came back and the reasons why they came back. And then we'll get them into our schools too. And talking to our students who are determining where do they want to go in the next phase of their career. I mean, is it college? Maybe. But here's the opportunity that I saw firsthand and the reason why I came back. And so over the years, the storytelling will continue to accumulate, and I think the power of messaging will come through. And we have so many good attributes here in this Fort County and Dickinson County that we just need to showcase it. And we hear the messages from our large employers every day. And so it's our job to message that back, and so we're going to do it through the kids.
And it's a great message to send out there. I mean, for yourself, you knew the quality of life, you knew the quality of our school systems and so forth, and makes it an easy sell of, I want to go back to where life was so good for me and raise my kids in that same way.
My question to Trevor would be, you're not eligible to win the award, but you have all three phases that you can use the dollars for. What would you use it for? Like, what would you prioritize?
Well, I do have a daughter who's 5 months old right now, and child care starting up here pretty soon. And I think based off some early quotes with that, it might go towards those ongoing child care expenses for me personally. But just started here at the corridor about a year and 3 months ago, 3 and 4 months ago, and so I'd qualify to be able to use it for the mortgage expenses, child care expenses, and
absolutely
some debt. So
make life a little easier.
And just so that way I put it out there, we will be giving 2 awards out this year, and applications for that will close on the end of the month, February 28th. So get those applications in. It's all online on our website. If you have any questions on eligibility, or you have questions if you're even eligible for this type of a program, reach out to our office. We're more than happy to answer those questions, because we want to promote this message and get it out, and we want high quality individuals promoting that message.
Wonderful things coming out of the corridor, gentlemen. Thank you so much for your commitment to our area here and our four counties, and we just appreciate that 30,000-foot view of our area. Coming all together. All right, Curt and Trevor.
I always say every time, Jeff, we appreciate your partnership and your leadership that you have for Dickinson County too, and we always look forward to coming here and chatting with you. So thank you.
It's a pleasure. I enjoy it myself. Thank you so much for being with me. You bet. Our guests here, Curt and Trevor, here with us today from the corridor. Go out, make it a great weekend this weekend. Stay safe, whatever you do, and we'll see you next week right here on Okoboji Broadcast.
Okoboji Broadcast from the studios at historic Arnold's Park Amusement Park is brought to you in part by West Wealth Management, a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services. Advisor Jan Spielman, AJ Spielman, and Erica Wachholz. The headquarters of the University of Okoboji is at the Three Sons, open Monday through Saturday 10 to 5 and Sunday from 10 to 4. Bank Midwest, dream big, plan wisely, live well. Lakes Regional Healthcare and Avera Partner. Beck Engineering in Spirit Lake. Be Radiant Laser Skin Studio in the Okoboji Plaza in Okoboji.